Don't tell anybody, but I'm not actually tall. I just use step ladders. But in all seriousness, I have a few short friends, and they're always saying, like, you don't understand the struggles that we go through on a day-to-day life. You don't understand the trials and tribulations that we face every day. And I'm always thinking, I feel like I have at least a baseline understanding, because whenever you can't reach something, I'm the guy you have get it down for you. Honestly, though, I feel like short people underestimate the struggles that us tall people, us lanky lads, go through. Like, I never sleep in a car. I'm too tall to do that. I'm too tall to sleep inside of especially the front seat of a car. Whenever I'm driving, my head is just, like, pressed up against the ceiling. Maybe that's because I have a small car. It's probably because I have a small car. But still, if I was shorter, I wouldn't have that problem. And don't even get me started on houses where only short people live, because those places are hazardous. They just have like lights and signs just hanging all over the place. If you are not vigilant while walking through a place like that, you're going to get a concussion. There's just no way around it. Moving on, a lot of the people in my comment sections have told me to start a Discord server. So I've done that. I have a Discord server now. Link is in the description. So go join that, and hopefully you guys enjoy it. Also, my coworkers at work make fun of how I say hamburger, and I don't know why. Seriously though, like, I don't know why I say hamburger like that. That's just how I naturally want to say it. But for the first, like, 2 or 3 weeks that I was working there, I would try really hard to say it normally, just to say hamburger, because I can say it like that. Obviously, I just did. But just naturally, I don't want to say it like that. I want to say it like hamburger for some reason. I don't know why. But I remember about 2 or 3 weeks after I started working there, and I started saying hamburger the way that I would naturally say it more and more often. I was working a shift with a bunch of people that up to that point I had never worked with before. And when I told the chefs that they had a couple of hamburgers to make, everybody in that area, they started like, they were laughing a little bit, and it's like, wait, how'd you say it? And I said it again, like hamburger. And they started laughing harder. And I was sort of, egged them on a bit. I'm like, what? What's so funny about hamburgers, dude? Like, what's so funny about how I say hamburger? That's just how you say hamburger. And every time I said it, they laughed harder and harder until one of my coworkers was laughing so hard, she, like, slid down a wall onto the floor as if she had just been shot in a melodramatic action movie. And I thought that was really funny. But one of my coworkers, she really didn't like me for the first month or so that I worked there, just because of how I said hamburger, right? But after that, she sort of realized, hey, maybe I shouldn't arbitrarily dislike this person just because of how they say one word, right? And then we became the best of pals for a little bit, and then she tased me and moved to Colorado. So that was an interesting encounter. I have a video of her tasing me. I'll show that to you now. Okay. But between us becoming the best of pals and her moving to Colorado, there was a point where, like, basically whenever the restaurant was a little bit dead and we weren't very busy, she would have me draw random, like, hybrids of animals. And I'll show some of those to you now. We have the Japus, Katrina the Mojito. We have the Darg. I'm quite partial to the Darg myself. But probably my favorite was the Florsch, the flower horsefish. I don't know why I like this guy. I just really like him. To the point that I'm probably going to make him the mascot of the channel. And by that, I basically just mean I'm going to change the channel art to a picture of a Florsch. And he'll show up in videos from time to time. And that's probably going to be about it. If anybody wants to make their own rendition of the Florsch or any of the other animals I talked about, I'd be very interested in seeing that. I would like to see those. Also, I showed pictures of the drawings to my good friend Lila, and she was like, dude, seriously, if you mail me the Japus and Katrina the Mojito, because those were her favorites, if you mail those to me, then I will frame them in my house. And I'm like, all right, well, I gotta do that now, right? So I mailed them to her, and apparently I have no idea when the post office is open, because I had to go like 3 times, because the first 2 times I went, it was closed. One of those times was like in the middle of the week. It was like Tuesday, and it was still closed for some reason. Anyway, I eventually got everything I needed to mail those pictures to her. She got them, and until she gets a frame small enough for them, they're just sort of taped up on one of her walls. And I believe they are like the only decoration that she has in that room, which is really funny to me. Anyway, that's all I've got for you guys today. So until next time, don't die. See you later.